What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Dave B, and you're watching Day Beyond TV, where we go beyond that everyday bullshit that people be consuming on a day-to-day basis. And today I want to talk real quick about kind of like a spirit hack, right? And this is about being more confident. I'm by the lake right now, so like fish is jumping out the water and shit like that. So if y'all see me looking down or looking amazed, y'all know it's just because of nature. You know what I'm saying? Very grateful to be out here. Very grateful time, man. Like this tourist season, it's a lot of positive energy, or I won't call it positive. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like a lot of good energy. I feel if you're not feeling stable right now, it could be a very difficult time. But I'm grateful that I actually feel stable. I feel the most stable I've ever felt, really, in my whole life. Even despite what's going on around me and things changing quickly. But you know what I'm saying. I'm just speaking. So hopefully y'all feel some form of comfort. But this video has nothing to do with that. I am gonna make like a energetic overview video, probably right after this one, honestly. But, for the most part, this is about being more confident. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of times, this is just a spirit hack. So, we know that confidence is your ability to confide in yourself. So, this is being able to find and create a space within your own being in which you embrace yourself and you feel comfortable and you trust yourself enough to move in sufficient ways throughout different situations and circumstances. And sometimes we lack confidence due to maybe we have insecurities. So we have certain things within us that we haven't actually come to grips with, certain things that we haven't accepted within our hearts that are just a part of us, and certain things we may want to transform that we still feel stuck to. And speaking of transformation, basically this is like I said, it's a spirit hack. So what I want, when you're trying to think about how to be more confident, right? When you're in that space, you're like, damn, I wish I had more confidence, right? One thing you want to maybe look at is, and you can physically do this, but also on a spiritual tip, I want to say look into your eighth house, right? So on a astrology tip, you can physically look at your eighth house and see the energy going on there, right? And let's talk about that first. But actually, now first, yeah, you can do the astrology way, or you can do the spiritual way, which is looking at the eighth house, is basically looking at some of the things you keep as far as secrets. A lot of times we may do this consciously or we may do this subconsciously, but we all have something that we don't want everybody to know. You know what I'm saying? We have secrets sometimes, and these secrets a lot of times can play out as things that kind of keep us from actually being able to be our full self when it comes down to it. So if we are holding on to something that we want to keep as a secret, or something that we're trying to keep behind closed doors, see, the statement that all dark comes to the light isn't actually that, whenever you lie, the truth is going to be coming out. What it is that more so that whatever you keep deep inside becomes an aura. It's something that's on you. Unless you actually do the spiritual work to kill a certain feeling, emotion, thought, idea, it's going to stay on you, and that is going to play out as far as either things that you start to manifest. Because what happens is, whatever emotional state you're in, whatever is on your heart, that is the energy that you start to attract, and this manifests as you being in a certain place. Because in the esoteric realm, you in a certain place, you in a certain location due to whatever's on your heart. Now, whatever place that is, you're going to start to see physical representations of that play out into your everyday life. And when that starts to happen, this happens because we have no choice to be wherever we are emotionally, whatever space we're in. We're going to start to attract certain thoughts and feelings that play on, certain thoughts and ideas that play onto that feeling and those emotions. And so that is where the darkness comes to light, because whatever is on our heart is automatically going to be externalized regardless if we're conscious of it or not. And a lot of times we move in life in a way that's very unconscious, when we actually need to apply more focus and accountability to how it is that we feel. You know what I'm saying? So in a lot of ways, you know what I'm saying, we kind of shoot ourselves in the foot in that aspect. So when we talk about confidence, it's hard to confide in yourself. It's hard to be confident in something if you're holding on to a lot. I saw a bug, but but it's hard to have confidence in certain things in yourself if you are holding on to too many things that you want to hold on as secrets. And these different secrets, if you haven't heard, that Scorpio energy and just kind of keeping things behind closed doors. When you have too many things that held behind closed doors, and you start to these become things that, because like a lot of times, like for instance, like Scorpio energy in general, it's not that Scorpios have secrets, it's that some things is just not for everybody, right? But if a Scorpio isn't um, wise within themselves, or if they go about this in the wrong way, or say they have certain aspects that just make it something where the feelings and emotions that they sit on are actually stuff that they obsess about, and they actually are lost in those feelings and emotions, then they say Scorpio can have a certain aura. And see, that's aura, whatever you keep on your mind and on your heart, everybody actually has an aura. You know what I'm saying? When you get around somebody and like you don't know why, but you just get some nervous feeling, it's because that's their aura. Their aura is based upon a lot of worried thoughts and feelings, like a lot of feelings of worrying, a lot of thoughts and concerns. Excuse me. They might have a lot of thoughts and concerns on their mind, but their face could probably be as straight as possible. You know what I'm saying? You might, they might have a strong poker face, a strong demeanor, to the point where you can't even penetrate and see where they're nervous at. But it's just a certain energy you get every time you're around them, and that's what actually is an aura. But all of these different things create aura. So on one end, we need to make sure that we lightening up our load so that our auras don't leak out. Because when you start to have too many auras, see, whenever someone picks up on an aura, because we all have spiritual senses, so when someone else picks up on your aura, if if it's all things, because like when we start talking about things that are unsaid and the aura is unsaid, certain people start to come up with their own ideas on why they feel that way around you. And that's when things can kind of get out of hand. This is why a lot of Scorpios may deal with certain people having the wrong perception of them, based upon an aura that they carrying. And while they, the popular line is, you don't know me, you don't know what I go through, you don't know what I'm actually thinking and feeling, right? That's very true. But when it comes to our spiritual senses, that's a sense of knowing as well. And so when people can pick up certain feelings and emotions and auras off of you, but you're not actually there to define it and say what it is and shit like that, whatever you then let leak out is up to the public to determine. And while, like, I don't want to make it seem like you powerless in that instance, but that's why it's so important to not only clear your own emotional space and clear that eighth house out, but also to make sure that you are not too passive, and that you actually taking action on certain things, and not just sitting back and letting people just assume whatever they want about you. You know what I'm saying? Something, yeah, you ain't got to prove shit to nobody, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you move in a presence of confidence, in a way where there's no question about how you feel, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like, because that's kind of the dynamic I also feel like between Leo and Scorpios. Not to say that all Leos are confident or all Scorpios are not confident, because a lot of times it's the other way around. A lot of Scorpios are very confident, just based upon that Mars energy and being, you know what I'm saying, being so internal and realizing, because like a lot of Scorpios come to the fact that they come to the conclusion that they only can fuck with themselves. And so when they get on the better side of that energy, that's when they actually can, be a lot way more confident than anybody you'll probably know. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much of a struggle it is, because that's a tough sign sometimes. You know what I'm saying? One of the tougher signs. But like I was saying, that's the kind of the dichotomy, but not the dichotomy, but the dynamic between that Leo energy and that, you know what I'm saying. But as far as energy goes, not so much as what your sign is, as far as energy goes, that confidence energy is like your ability, like I said, to confide in yourself, but also to shine and to stand up with your chest out. And like I said, when a lion walks through the jungle, or whatever wherever the habitat they be at, because I don't know, but when the lion walks through, everybody, it's a certain presence, you know what I'm saying? And that's an aura on a positive end, you know what I'm saying? A certain presence that comes from confidence, the ability to confide in yourself. The Leo isn't hiding anything. That Leo energy is taking pride and responsibility and accountability for every feeling that it's fixated in. And it's not afraid to show that. And it ain't even got to say it, because it's on it, you know what I'm saying? Like, or it is, you know what I'm saying? It's like that shit made it. When you have a lot of things that you have as auras, or just things behind closed doors that you are still going back and forth on whether you should express it or not, and you know what I'm saying, you're insecure about certain things that you have behind closed doors, and you know what I'm saying, all of that different things, these can, these, in a lot of ways, these can create an aura of not being confident, or it can create an instance where you prefer to be more passive because you're afraid that if you express anything, you'll start to expose yourself. And see, a lot of times, a lot of the things that we do choose to keep behind closed doors, and this is not, this, of course, like with everything I say, there must be discernment on your end. Don't just go saying all your secrets, but a lot of things that we hold as secrets don't actually even need to be secrets. A lot of the things that we're insecure about don't need to be insecurities. And that's why it's important to do the spiritual work on your end to make sure that you're going through and you're killing all those thoughts and feelings that lead to being insecure about something. You know what I'm saying? Those things that you're insecure about, it's best to embrace them and start to work with them so that you heal them and you don't just kind of keep putting yourself in a perpetual cycle of, basically it's like the glass window shopper effect, where you're on the other side of the glass and you can't, no matter how loud you yell, how loud you scream, motherfuckers don't even notice you. You know what I'm saying? They just see you as a mannequin because you so removed from who you actually are. You allow basically life to place you behind the glass. And so it's like on the inside you could be screaming, but on the outside it's like nobody actually knows what you're, no one knows who you are because you're so you know what I'm saying, you lack that confidence to actually stand out and just be like, this is who I am. And like, this could play out in so many different ways to where you sorry, you start to develop or manifest certain relationships in which you feel like you're never heard, you're always overlooked. You know what I'm saying? And like these different things can play out all in many different ways, in multitudes of different ways. So when it comes to confidence and having more confidence, make sure that if you find yourself, you're like, damn, no matter what I do, I just can't seem to feel confident. It might be time for you to look inside your eighth house, or just like start to size up some of the things that you would never let people know. Start to size up some of the things you keep in the closet. Start to size up a couple of the things that you know what I'm saying, you look at as far as secrets, and start to kind of dissect these things and make these things less of a either make them, like I said, it's like discernment, because certain things don't, not everything needs to come to the light. It's not about exposing yourself. It's not about putting everything, all your cards on the table. It's more so about coming to certain grips and conclusions within your own self so that these things don't hold you back, or these things don't become a thing that is way blown out of proportion. Because and that's another irony about the eighth house and things of that nature. The things that we try to cling on to and make a secret, a lot of times it be the things that we can't hide. You know what I'm saying? Be things that will end up being exposed just because of all the energy we put on to not get exposed in that area. So don't trick, you know what I'm saying? Don't psych the universe out in that way. That's negative, you know what I'm saying? That's when you're harboring on a certain thing and you make it an issue, you know what I'm saying? So don't make issues for yourself, you know what I'm saying? So like I was saying, this is just a quick spiritual hack. You know what I'm saying, when you're going through your day to day. So just keep that in mind. If you like, damn, how do I create more confidence? Because it's not about searching for confidence. It's not finding confidence. It's creating confidence. We got to create these energies. All these energies are a tool. So we got to look at these things as stuff that we can craft for ourselves. And so how you craft more confidence, part of the game is also going to have to be, like I said, that eighth house, looking at that eighth house, or just looking at certain things we keep as secrets that we that prevent us from being able to confide in ourselves. You know what I'm saying? When we got so many secrets between ourselves and shit like that, and like secrets between yourself, be like you lying to yourself, certain things that you lied to yourself about, because a lot of us lie to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We got to get real, especially now. You know what I'm saying? This energy is opposite to Scorpio, so we got to get real. We can't keep everything so tight down. You know what I'm saying? We gotta start lightening up certain things, but also getting real about other things. But yeah, anyway, hope this was helpful, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.